Welcome guys, legends of the yak. On my left, we have a real legend. Wally Ley. Wally, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks man.
Good?
Good to be here. Thanks.
How long have you fished in a kayak for?
Worked it out since 2004. Yeah.
So 20 years?
Yeah.
Another one of the stalwarts, we should say.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will know you because you spent, I would say, probably 15 of the years fishing from Richards Bay, am I right?
Yeah.
Only recently since COVID did you move and live up closer to the river?
I'm in Belita now for like 9 months. Yeah.
Oh, 9 months. But I mean, so you've...
Yeah, I started off kayak fishing when I stayed in Matuba.
Tuba, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a young Indian. I was one day standing at the Dollas fishing, and I saw these two.
On the harbour, at the harbour Dollas.
Yeah, on the north side one.
Yeah.
And I saw these two lunatics come paddling past with the rods. I said, what the hell? It's the first time I saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I wish I had found it out earlier.
Okay.
I would have had a job as a lightie.
You wouldn't have seen a lot of people in 2004. It's not like you'd see it.
Yeah,
now you see people everywhere. In 2004, they were
yeah, that
sporadic.
Later I found out that was Marius Jonker from Rods and Odds that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he owned the tackle store Rods and Odds.
Yeah, and he was also the chairman of that time Richards Bay Ski Fishing Club. It was a small group of guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Noel French?
Yes, he was there that time.
Because I'm sure you and Noel spent a lot of time fishing together.
Also in the club.
Yes.
And so I just saw that. And then I had an Indian friend, Eugene Stevens. He was a quite younger guy.
Not a very Indian surname.
Yeah, no, but
not Mudli.
I went to visit him one day and I checked his kayak hanging in the garage. I said, what's this? He says, no, he hadn't had it on the wood. It was like a Eric ski, brand new. Smelling this fiberglass, everything. So he says, no, he wants to go kayaking. I said, yes. I think maybe I was, so I ended up also.
You probably bought a ski from Rods and Odds because I'm sure.
No. I found around, I'm all new, I didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
You know, to my trial and error. So I almost bought a Pope ski.
Yes.
And like somebody told me, no, stay away, you're
stay away. It's a bit heavy.
Everything.
Yeah.
I stayed in Matuba, so I didn't really know.
Yes.
So it was all trial and error. I ended up buying my first ski, was a Neptune ski, and that didn't last long.
Okay, Don Stander.
Yeah, with all that politics involved, but I didn't.
No, Don Stander invented the politics.
Sorry, Don.
Don, you're in Oz, somewhere in Australia now.
Yeah, he immigrated to Australia, and then I had a Eric ski. I had the Tom ski.
Yes.
Yeah, but me and Eugene, my training ground. Introduction to ski fishing was Vidal.
Yeah. I know that's why you're a legend.
Vidal.
You're one of those guys who's fished Vidal for.
I was there almost every weekend because with
you got that pole on autopilot. Like you just know exactly where it is.
I knew where to go and so on because it was all trial and error. There was not many guys would know Fred LaRue. He was a springlock surfer.
Yes.
Dude, I think he's in Durban North somewhere now. He's a great friend of mine.
Okay.
He actually took me under his wing, but first it was trial and error.
So where are you from originally? Let me interrupt you. Born and bred where?
Born and bred. I stayed in Mandini, born Ishawi. So I'm a.
So not a lot of exposure to the ocean before you went into a kayak.
No, it's rock and surf. That's what I did.
Yeah. So you'd never really been out to sea.
No.
When I say out to sea,
there's two times that I went out to sea.
Yeah.
The second time with Johnny LaRue, he had fishing charters.
Okay.
And we were all going to dive.
Yeah.
As I was going to jump overboard, one guy was already in the water. A freak wave came from nowhere. And I shouted, watch out. And the next moment, the one motor cut out. And we just like slow motion rolled.
That was your first experience.
Last ski boat trip I had.
Ever went?
So, yeah.
But I think the point I'm trying to make here, more so than anything, is you've come from a background, you haven't been in the sea, but you took,
yes.
You progressed and you did it, and you've done it.
Yeah, but I never had somebody in the beginning. It was me and Eugene. I would go to Vidal, there was Matthew, I can't remember his name, he's passed on so by now, but they had these old plastic skis. I can't remember what the name was.
Yeah, they were the most popular plastic was called a Perception.
Perception skis.
Yes, yeah.
Well, that's what Fred had, and that's what Matthew Awood had, and so on. But I would go out at Vidal and not really knowing, and I would check where guys would go, and I would just follow around. But coming back to beach, I thought it's like a surf, you must catch the wave. So when the wave come, I would paddle to catch the wave. So nose dive,
head over heels.
That's how I learned.
Yeah.
And then guys,
you did the hard yards.
The hard yards. So then I started to, okay, no, like you say, wait for the wave to come through and try to stay behind it and all of those things. Yeah,
you self-taught.
I had my swims, many swims at Vidal and so on. So yeah, but I learned at Vidal to fish. So that's
a dream place for people to learn.
And when I started, no life bait. I took all my mackerels, everything, and there was no life bait and stuff.
Yeah.
Caught plenty kuta. Fred taught me, he believed in strip baits.
Yeah.
And he would catch plenty kutas and big kutas, shoal kutas at Vidal and so on, That's where I started to learn, and then I would go every weekend. I was fortunate that from what I did, I could either go the Saturday or the Monday. So
as soon as the weather was right, you'd be there.
Yeah, the Vidal was.
Well, I suppose then we didn't really have Wind Guru. You couldn't just go online and check the weather. You would just sort of, okay, is the wind blowing?
Yeah, we would check the weather. I would wake up and
check the weather.
Going fishing, when the gate opens, are you there? So that's how it was, That's where I started. Yeah, and then Sean Reed from Fishing Corner, Angazi was part of that group. I remember the old, when I remember the names. Scott was there. All those guys.
So that you're talking about the Fishing Corner when everyone had their nicknames on the Fishing Corner.
Yeah.
So this was
so now we're going. All of those guys.
Okay, so now we're going before there was, even before the BlackBerry phone, for example. And the internet was started. Sean Reed had the Fishing Corner, and we all had nicknames.
Yeah.
And Angazi would be in there, which is Reno. And we had a guy who lives in Mauritius now, Rowan Fries. His name was Salty Crack. Remember?
Yeah.
Then we had Mother Brim, which is Jerome. Jerome still actually dives and fishes on a kayak occasionally. And we even had Sog.
Sog.
Do you remember Sog?
Sog, yeah, he was
servant of God.
Yeah.
He still works in town.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Those are the guys. I mean, that was the communication we had about kayak fishing.
And then you had some of your comps there by just past Westbrook. There where the tent was and so on.
The first UKFC comp we ever had was, well, not the first, one of the first that we had was run from the Westbrook Ski Boat Club. Yes, correct.
I remember those days.
Yeah, that was the late Jaco Franken, who caught a kuta of 30-something kilos in that comp. Won it. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I started. With Marius Jonke, was chairman of the Richards Bay Fishing Ski Club, as you said, which was your best fishing place? Black Rock, that camp.
So we talked about
we went on a weekend there. That was my first outing.
So Black Rock would be my
first
And today, if you had a choice, you'd still go back there?
I would, because I think we were maybe 2 years or something like after that, they closed, they broke down all that chalets.
Yes, correct. So Black Rock's on the border of Mozambique and South Africa. For the people who don't know, Black Rock is what we would call border, but on the beach side of the border,
That's
and there were lodges there, if I'm saying correct.
We stayed there as a club.
Okay.
And I thought that day when I first launched there, I was going to drown.
The first experience, I'm going to die.
There was guys, they doubted whether they're going to launch or not, so they were standing on that like an uphill watching. There was 5 guys. I said, no, I'm going to go. So as I went, there was a rip current and everything, and my ski went away from me. I just couldn't reach it. And I was struggling. I thought, this is it. Luckily, if I didn't have my life jacket on, I would say one of your most important things is your life jacket. If I didn't have that thing on, I don't know. Nobody came to help. Eventually I got to my ski, I got back on, and luckily I could get out. And that day, faulty traces. I had like my first proper runs was Dorados, they just kinked it off. And then I caught my first sailie there at Yard. I don't know what to do. Marius came over and helped me. That's how I learned, you know. This is a very humbling sport. You can't have an attitude of, I know everything, you know. You never know enough. Don't think I'm a legend or whatever.
Yeah, so anybody who says you're not going to learn is lying.
Yeah.
That's why we always laugh about it and we say, you know, if we have these trips or you have these talks, you're always learning something.
Always.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my advice to a beginner is talk to the guys, even if
absorb the knowledge.
If they think you are irritating them or whatever. That's how I learned. I started to go up. If I see a guy on, I will wait and say, what worked, you know, because it's nothing as frustrating to check everybody is on and you're not on.
You're not getting a bite.
That's how I basically learned. I was very inquisitive and asking guys and not, you know.
But I mean, you've always been known as the legend of Vidal and Richards Bay area.
Richards Bay, not enough guys go there because Richards Bay is hard work.
Yeah. But I mean, you've caught some proper fish.
Yeah, my biggest scooter is Richards Bay.
And was?
32 kgs.
There we go.
Yeah.
32. Not 30, 32.
On a Walla. Yeah, I was planning to go out to sea that day, but sometimes with the harbour where the tide goes out and rough seas, it's hairy, dicey, you know. So I thought, I didn't feel comfortable. So I thought, I'm going to catch a kuta in the harbour today.
In the harbour?
On the opposite side, South Pier.
Yeah.
I down-rigged my Walla.
In the harbour.
I had a live mullet out on the other rod.
Yeah.
A live mullet.
A live mullet and a dead Walla.
And a dead Walla.
That's like a fish smorgasbord.
Yeah, I down-rigged the dead Walla. I couldn't go too close to the side because the guys, they want to kill you with a sinker.
With an extra sinker on your head.
No, they want to kill you.
Yeah. So
I worked that point. There's a nice drop off there. I went past, came back.
This is inside the harbour now, eh? The harbour
wall. Where the pier is.
Yes, where the pier is.
As you go to the pier, if you go around it, you go into sea.
Yes, okay, I know you are.
I was working on that edge.
On the edge, yeah.
And as I came back, maybe like 100 meters from the point in, I was on. And then I knew, this is a big fish. I was quite surprised. I didn't expect it's going to be a kuta, but I said to myself, today I'm going to catch a kuta right here. Yeah, a monster. 32
you remember it clear as day?
Yeah, like yesterday. I was all by myself. Yeah. Nobody to
help you.
All by myself. I got that thing in. I went to Pelican Island because that's where I parked my car and everything. Took photos for myself, put my GoPro there.
No GoPros back then. Would have been an old winding camera.
Yeah. No, that's. I had like almost like a computer camera.
Yes.
What are those
funny things? Probably those first digital cameras.
Yeah. But then, I couldn't believe it. So that was my first like proper crop. But before that, I had many. You know, I caught one of 27 at.
So would that be your most memorable fish?
Most memorable?
Yeah.
That one.
But I mean, like you say, you've caught a lot just under 30 as well.
Yeah, I've caught another one of 29. But I went that next day, you know, the guys in Richards Bay, they heard. So.
When the rest day, there are 20 guys there.
The next day, as I drove past, they were all there by our car. I just all checked everybody. I laughed because I knew where I'm going. They wanted to go to sea. So I went. Myself and Michael went. I caught another one of 15.
Okay.
On a mullet, a live mullet.
Okay.
Yeah. Kuta, I love mullet.
Really?
In the area where you fish, like Richards Bay estuary, plenty mullets.
Mullets stay alive. If
you know the kuta come into the harbour.
Yeah.
People don't know it, but they do.
People don't know there's also hippos in that harbour.
Yeah, we've been chased.
I've been chased on a kayak.
Myself and Michael, because Garrick season, you get the razor bellies.
Yes.
And they go past the yacht club underneath the steel bridge. They go around. Sometimes you find them, they will be down there by the silo.
Okay.
So you got to paddle. And as we paddled, it looked like two ducks.
Two ducks?
And I said to Michael, the razor bellies, there they are. So we on a mission. And the next moment, those two ducks
They got bigger.
started to chase us.
Was that the day you paddled the fastest you've ever
It
paddled?
was the fastest. So, but now then we got out.
So,
they
so for those of you
charged
listening,
and they
it's
stopped.
called a hippopotamus.
Yes.
Not a hippo.
Yeah,
hippopotamus.
So I said to him, Mike, we need razor bellies.
Yeah. So you still went back to get the razor, but after you've been chased by the
I
hippo.
said, let's go across on the side, just on the edge of the bank. And as we tried to see, they came again. I said, all right, let's leave.
So they came a second time.
They came a second
Oh
time.
la la. You
Yeah, there's crocs,
Yeah.
sometimes you get the crocs there. But
So only the hardcore aficionados can help. Hey? Crocs, hippos, big
Richards Bay
Kuta.
Harbour is a lekker place to start.
No,
it's
I'm
very nice. That's where the guys in we call Zululand.
And you've learned. And the guys learn.
We take them there.
Yeah.
We don't take them first launch to sea.
Yeah.
We take them there that's what I did.
Yeah.
The guys that was in there. Because you don't want to scare them off. It's such a lekker sport.
Not like you were scared off the first time you went to the sea.
No, I luckily I could swim good, and so that was fun. So we would first teach them how to paddle,
Yeah.
how to
use a bait, just the
how
basics.
to jump off, how to fall off,
How to climb back on.
That's what we did before we even took them to the
Which
sea.
I think I touched that on one of the videos, and I said to the guys, we talked about before guys go do a surf launching clinic, and I keep saying to the guys, there's so much more to just before doing a surf launch.
Yeah.
Can you get on?
Yeah.
Can you get off? Can you jump off in the deep water? Can you jump back on in the deep water? And can you get on from both sides?
Yes.
Can you roll the ski over?
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying.
Yeah, how to paddle.
Yeah.
I mean, if you check some guys going to the surf, but they don't know how to use a paddle.
Yeah. Upside down paddle?
Yeah.
I've seen that one. Yeah. So your most useful piece of equipment on a kayak? Your most useful? I think you said a life jacket.
I won't go without my
You won't go without a life
I won't
jacket.
go without it. Some guys, they launch without their life jacket.
So from when you started, you always wore a life jacket?
Yes.
Because let's be honest, 10 years ago, it wasn't common to see a life jacket.
It was, but I did, because out of that experience I had, I thought, if I don't have a life jacket on,
Yeah.
I could have been gone.
Yeah.
All the guys stood in the bank, nobody came to help.
Well, everyone stood on the beach waving at you. You were waving and they were waving back. Yeah, how's it, bro?
Before that, I would love to fish Black Rock, that area.
Yeah.
I love it.
And if you were teaching a novice now, you're a novice, and you would say to the novice, what would the first thing that you tell them?
Well, basics,
So we've touched on paddling and things like that. So now you're going to tell them, okay, now we're going to go to the tackle shop, we're going to buy something. You're going to start with a piece of tackle that I'm going to go to first. What would that be?
I remember Kali Denner. He's a rock and surf fisherman. Some guys must know him because he's like Natal Colours.
Yeah.
He wanted to buy a ski and so on. His first ski, I think, was a Pinnacle that he got. And then I said to him, stay basic, Don't go off. And he already had rods and stuff and everything. To keep it not too expensive, use what you've got, just get smaller rods and to see if this is what you want to do. Don't go and spend too much money, He had like that fiberglass rods and all of that. Cheap,
we called them the broomsticks.
Yes, and they work well.
Yeah, they did.
And his first outing, I said, come with me to Sinkwazi. And, but I made him basic trace. I helped him make them.
Yeah.
Check,
But I think that's what
the very basic thing.
I think that's what you're talking about now, Wally, is one of the reasons why I wanted to chat to you, is because you've always given back so much of your time.
Yeah, because
everybody would say, so someone would say to me, or someone would say, hey, I live in Richards Bay area. I say, speak to Wally.
Yeah, because I know it's your passion, and I would love to share it, because I want the guys to experience what I
some people won't share their knowledge, whereas you loved sharing.
Like where I just said, now I caught my kuta at my secret spot and no camera. It's not a secret spot, you just share it. But I made a joke out of it. For me, there's no secret spots.
Yeah.
If I catch a fish, I tell my friend, hey, go there. You know, that's what's happening, because I feel it's my passion. I would like other guys to experience what I've experienced, you know, and let them go from there. But with Kali, I said to him, listen, you're going to get your crop tomorrow.
Yeah.
His first time on a ski. So I told him this and this and this, showed him how to rig, because I think it's important. Don't let your bait spin. It was dead mackerel. And then he somehow, we lost contact on the water. He came back, says, no, he's got like a 13 kg kuta. I said, so what you doing now? He says, he don't know. I said, come here. I pulled out the wallet trace. I put my wallet on for him. I said, I tied onto his rod. I said, okay, just paddle a bit. Okay, let the line go, and I let the walla go. I got a photo on my phone.
Yeah.
As he started.
You've got a photo.
Paddle,
Still got a photo.
I still got.
So then you have to share the photo so we can put on the video.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
He had a 13 kg kuta in his hatch.
Yeah.
It's in Quasi. It was, I think it was shallow sandies.
Okay.
Somewhere there. I remember it like yesterday, but it's now almost like 8-9 years ago.
Okay.
I remember it like yesterday. And he was just like there where the bar is, fracking. I just hear that a
real scream.
27 kg kuta right under my ski.
But you did everything. You helped him.
You know, but I had such fun, you know, checking this guy, you know, and
So you
helped him to
the
load
satisfaction of seeing him
Yes.
hook a fish, land a fish.
Yes, and I said, listen, Kali, when you beach there by Black Rock at St. Quasi, jump off your ski before you. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
And with the fish that's in the hatch, as he didn't jump off, he hit.
Nose pegged.
Nose pegged. He's brand new.
Ski opened like a can.
Opened like a can. If he sees that, he will say, yes, it's true. Yeah. But I love it, you know, to share whatever knowledge, because I learned the hard way, you know, and it's such a lack of sport.
Yeah. And your favorite fishing buddy now? So like.
Well, I fish with Michael, you know, but.
Your son-in-law?
Yeah, son-in-law,
so your son.
Yeah.
You've been fishing with him for a few years now?
Yeah, a few years. I also.
Who's a better fisherman?
At this moment, he's doing quite well. He's ahead of me.
So you're still better than him?
He's a bit ahead of me, and.
No, you're better than him. Just say it, because he needs to pull up his socks.
I make up all his traces.
There we go. So he wants to be better than his
At the moment, he's a bit ahead of me, because when he got his nice kingy.
You know that he is your son-in-law, so he has to listen to you.
So when he caught his big kingy there at was Westbrook, I took the.
Yes, you took the photo,
Slam, and the video didn't come out, so he couldn't get his points for his kingy.
Maybe you did that on purpose. Just kidding.
Yeah. But my most memorable fish was a black marlin that I caught at Vidal.
Okay, yeah. Black marlin at Vidal.
Black marlin at Vidal, yeah.
How big?
It wasn't like 30 kgs.
Oh,
yeah.
Not the right size one.
Yeah, the right size one. Yeah, that was fun. And then, you know, the sailies, I like that. But I think for me, kuta, I just love catching kutas.
So that's your favorite style of fishing?
Yeah.
If I could say to you tomorrow, what would you, only fish you could fish for, which would it be?
Kuta.
A kuta.
Yeah, kuta.
Dead bait, live bait?
When I started fishing at St. Quasi, it was only dead baits.
Yeah.
I would see Rob.
Weights.
I remember one day in my, you know, I watched Rob quite a bit with his phone on his ear. Just.
No, but that was because he was on a conference call.
Yeah, and then you check his rod goes, and I check, yes, but he's like hardly moving.
Yeah.
So
he could paddle.
And he would tell me, hey, he would run out of bait. Hey, have you got any bait? I said, yeah, I got a mackerel. Prachtig. I give him that mackerel, he puts it on, not even 5
meters.
He's on.
Yes. But Rob used to use us when Rob used to have a conference call on his phone while he was fishing, and then his rod would go and he'd say, I'll come back to you now.
Yeah, so by watching that, you know, most of my kutas I've caught was either standing still or just moving.
Just moving.
Yeah, and Walla became my most favorable bait at Sinkwazi.
No, you're known for a Walla.
You can't catch kuta everywhere with a Walla, like viral.
Yeah.
You know, Wallas don't really work. Although Fred LaRue, he had a club record in Richards Bay. He caught a 16 kg
so
Dorado.
if you take a Walla to Mozambique, doesn't work.
No, it won't work.
No. So you're right. You say it works in a certain area, and it works at Sinkwazi.
Yeah. And another bait that not many guys use is a dead shad.
Oh la la, the dead shad.
I've caught
how do you get a dead shad to swim straight?
Same like a bonnie. It's not you mustn't pull it fast. The trick is pin it properly, just like you do a bonnie.
Yeah.
If you pull it too fast, it spins. But just rig it properly, and if there's a croc, you will catch it with a dead shad.
So, yeah, you say that.
Dead
because
shad.
I can't even, maybe 15, 16 years ago, go down, my wife and I've got a house on the south coast, fishing at a place called Stabell Rocks. This guy comes down from Joburg and he says to me, listen, he had bought a kayak from earlier in the year. He says, will you take me fishing, will you help me? I said, perfect, meet you on the beach, normal story, meet on the beach, show him everything, made a trace for him, everything. He comes, brings out a shad. I was like, oh, la,
just like
I was like, no, we're not going to put that shad on because I'm not going to get you to swim that straight. It's hard to swim it straight. He's like, no, his friend from Joburg said, he is putting a dead shad. I was like, okay. So we pinned the shad, paddle out to Stabell Rocks. Now there's shark nets, okay. Went past the shark nets, he lets his bait out. I haven't even unpacked properly yet because now I'm trying to help though. 1, 2, first fish, 31 kilo kuda on a dead shad. That I almost talked him out of swimming it because I didn't think he'd be able to make it swim straight. So you say that. It's, yeah.
You once had a comp and the prize giving was there by the tent. Most of the guys that day went to
Princess Grant.
Sinkwazi.
Okay.
Everybody was gone already, and I had my fish finder. And the next moment, I just checked the spinnacle, and I had a dead shad out.
Yeah.
And as I went over that pinnacle, I caught a 20 kg kuta. I pinned the next shad. I went back. I caught the next one of 18, and then on the Sunday went to Westbrook, caught a nice snook. I came second.
With a snook?
I've still got a photo with me and Marcus with a trophy. And
no, because the set.
And I won a 9 BTU air conditioner.
Oh, there we go.
That's my priority.
I remember that. Yeah, we had some.
Yeah, so those were the early days for me.
Yeah.
And it was enjoyable. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean we've touched on a lot. We've covered a lot.
Yeah, my most disappointing time was that year when Brett broke the show.
Oh, Bruce brought
when Bruce won that comp.
Yeah.
I thought I won't get another kuta to beat him, so I went to Salmon Bay.
Yeah.
And the West was going to come.
Yes. I remember that day.
Yeah. If you go on UKFC, you will check there where I'm fighting the tuna. Everybody was already left the bait, but I was looking for that Mars bunker with the goggle eyes.
Yeah.
I was alone there, sitting an hour. I just need that thing, and the next moment I get it. I put it out. 5 minutes I'm on with this tuna.
Yeah. I think he's still disappointed.
I'm fighting this tuna, and I see it, and I reel. My biggest tuna was 35 that I had at Salt Rock.
Okay.
And I checked this tuna, 45 kg.
Yeah.
I said, this is it.
This is my 50K.
And I fought it. And then I would wind it, and it would take 5 meters. After I've seen it, and then I would check on the fish finder, 30 meters, 20 meters, it's coming. After an hour, next one. I don't know if something, but it was a clean cut on my
leader.
On my leader to the fish.
Oh no.
Clean cut. Yeah, and then the West came.
And there was your 50K gone.
There was my 50K gone, yeah.
Heartbreak.
Yeah, so yeah. But
But you still carry on. You still keep going. Still keep trying.
Yeah, and my other biggest kuta I caught was at Princess Grant, by luck.
By luck.
No,
fishing is never lucky. It's personal.
What I did, paddle where you couldn't go from Princess Grant. We had, where you park on the side.
Yes, yes.
I said no to Mike. I'm going to paddle all the way to where you can launch at the estate, and I put a helper out. I said I'll troll it up to the bait mark. When I got to the bait mark, I just left the helper floating, just like that. I'm catching bait now, and that thing is just lying there.
And you got eaten.
Next moment, kuta takes that. It was a 29 kg kuta. Just on a floating helper that's just floating there.
It was positioned perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just at the right time at the right spot.
The right
and that's
bait.
what fishing is like that.
That's why we call it fishing and not catching.
Yeah.
If it was easy, we would call it catching.
Yeah. Yeah. And then my biggest tuna was 35 kg at Salt Rock with a broken rib. 2 weeks prior to that, I broke my rib completely off.
Fishing?
No, I was doing a pool job, and as I stepped into the pool, my foot slipped. I hit the side of the step.
So you fought a 35 kilo,
but with a broken...
Did you not battle to breathe while you were fighting the thing?
No, it was quite fine, but
Bullies are tough, China.
Even now, this rib gives me problems. It's now after, and it was on Sean Foslew's pool that I broke it.
There we go.
He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sean's fault.
On his pool, and then 2 weeks after that, I caught the 35 kg.
There we go.
Tuna at
Salt Rock, you said.
But it was a miracle that I got that fish out, because that red ball.
The buoy.
The buoy, yeah. Somehow the tuna got around that.
And you
still it went out to sea, came back, it went around. So I tried to paddle past and see if this thing's going to come undone. So I had to take my rod off the leash. I have to untangle the line, push it through, and then I got it.
There we go. There's always a story to some of those big fish, eh?
Yeah, so yeah.
Some of those big fish have always got that, like, how did I?
There's a story there.
You
will always remember
it's like the biggest, not say the biggest, but I mean one of the biggest wahoos that I know was caught on a Mshlanga barge, on a circle hook, on fluoro, with a wahoo that had no teeth.
Yeah, I remember that one you told.
Jason, I can't remember Jason's surname right now, jumps out of my head, but I'm just saying, no teeth, on a fluoro, on the barge, So where there's no rules in fishing. Yeah. But it's been really good chatting. Yeah. Thank you for popping in.
I wish I found a sport out earlier in my younger days. Now,
it's hard work.
I need to, these guys, when this chick come out for the bully, Rainer's still going to get it.
Yeah.
When you hit that sand,
you're
went off to your beach.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's nobody to help you. You got to carry it out.
Yeah. But I think the one thing that we've always talked about when it comes to kayak fishing and what makes us keep coming back is when you paddle out through the surf, when you put the bait on, when you hook that fish, and when you land that fish. It's a sense of self-accomplishment. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can get on a boat and the rod goes away and you land a fish. I hit the beach and I go, oh wow.
I've been invited on boats so many times.
Yeah. So I think that's
me on, but I like
that self-accomplishment you get from kayak fishing.
It's awesome, man. I think it's one of the best sports that there is. Yeah. If you can call it a sport.
It's a sport. It surely is a sport.
Yeah.
But it's been really good chatting to you, Wally. Thank you. And I know you're going to share some more knowledge on your special.
But I need to say thank you to you.
Wow, what did I do?
Because of what you put into the sports it's not always about the money you make from selling the skis. You're bringing a lot of joy to many guys.
I love I think I have as much passion as the guys fishing. I enjoy it as much as everybody else does, say. But thank you very much. It's been really, really good to have you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you took the time to join us today.
Great.
And shared some of your knowledge and your stories. But we definitely want to sneak up on that Wally trace.
Yeah.
Only because I say that because it's come up in discussions a few times, and it always comes back to your Walla Walla trace, your Walla Walla Kuta trace.
Yeah, there's some guys that I've shared it with that had some great success with it.